Do you know what? I can use my phone to check and set the temperature of my car before I leave the house on a cold morning. Isn't technology fantastic? But do you know what? Some of the stupidest decisions I've seen have been caused by otherwise rational businessmen going all gooey over cool technology or a fancy interface. The best businessmen, like Warren Buffett, are great capital allocators. They wouldn't invest capital in a business if they thought they could get better returns elsewhere, and they wouldn't deploy capital within a business if it could be better used for other purposes. So if you could get better long-term returns from employing 3 more salesmen than investing in a new system, you should invest in the salesman. So your starting point when considering a new systems project should be, what is our business about? What's our raison d'etre? What's our mission statement? That's more important than technology. For example, if you're importing goods and distributing them on tight margins, then properly rolling up your input costs into your inventory might be a key requirement for your business. But if you're a customer service business, then you may need very strong relationship management features. Or if you're a body shop, then you might need a system with very good human resource features. So you see, it's your business needs that should decide your systems needs. And from that point on, everything else will fall into place. When Andy Grove and Gordon Moore at Intel were struggling to compete with low-cost Japanese memory manufacturers, they were at their wits' end when Grove said to Moore, "If somebody took us over, what would the new guy do?" Moore replied without hesitation, he'd get out of the memory business. And that was the turning point that turned Intel into the powerhouse that it is today. Sometimes solutions are easy to see if you simply step outside and look back in. And if you are considering a new system, that's an ideal time to take a peek in from the outside. At a time of change, opportunistic thinkers will often find new and better ways of doing things. You could think of Amazon as bookstore plus technology plus opportunistic thinking. Some people will often see a computer system as a means of streamlining cost, but the best managers often look at revenues before costs. New technology can give you better customer service, improved management information, and something I call information synergy. For example, by gathering together more information in one place, the finance, the sales, the service departments may have a better common view of a customer's relationship with the business, and that can lead to cross-selling and a generally better relationship. And be on your guard against what you've always done. I've seen businesses insist on carrying on procedures which have now been made totally redundant. Resistance to change is a powerful force, especially when somebody's job can be called into question. A new system provides a new opportunity to take a fresh look at all your processes. A customer once said to me that a new system freed him from running the mechanics of a business and enabled him to step back and start managing it. And that's the sort of improvement you should be looking to achieve. You've had a deep think about what drives your business, you've stepped outside the box and started to think opportunistically about how you can use technology to adapt and improve. But how do we start stringing all this together? You've got to be ambitious. Change is disruptive and infrequent, so if you're going to take all that pain, you've got to get the maximum bangs per buck. You've also got to think realistically. If you're a business of 10 or 20 people, you can't afford to embark on a massive software development project. There will be a level of technology appropriate for you. A very small business may be improved drastically by taking a few manual procedures and automating them with spreadsheets. But a slightly bigger business will have far more communication and integration requirements, and it will only operate effectively if there's a system where information can be shared and processed in a more integrated way. A very large business will have ever more sophisticated requirements, and you'll probably be looking at a major bespoke systems development to support the unique needs of that large business. Now, as you start to crystallize your objectives, it's important that they are precise and measurable. It's easy and lazy to say that something will improve, but you need to put hard numbers on it. There needs to be a clear dividing line between success and failure, and it needs to be short, sharp, and easy to understand. So keep things simple and concise. In my experience, one of the major causes of failure in a systems project is that they become open-ended, unwieldy, with ever-expanding objectives, sucking in more and more resources. You can prevent this by appointing a strong project manager and creating control points, fixed stages in the project where a definitive deliverable is required. Once your needs and objectives have been assessed, the deliverable at this stage, your control point, should be a concise document stating the project objectives and the anticipated cost. Let's call it a statement of requirements. There is no need for this stage of a project be a long or expensive exercise. A little time and thought from a few senior people should be all that is required to produce this document. The next stage of the project, if it happens, will be where possible solutions are considered, and this will inevitably become something of a circular exercise, as different options will require a reassessment of your initial cost and resource estimates. Before drifting into this stage, you need to create a yardstick against which you can measure everything that follows. Once your statement of requirements have been produced, you should review it carefully and decide whether to proceed or abandon the project. Well, that completes our review of this stage of the project, assessing needs and objectives. I hope you found it useful. In the next episode, I will look at specifying solutions and selecting products.